Okay, welcome back for our second screencast on Google Drive. The first webinar screencast, whatever we'll call it, we learned about how to navigate the drive. So at this point, hopefully everyone's comfortable with signing in to their drive. That's where I am right now on the options right here, Drive. And again, this shows all the folders that I have set up, which are all different kinds of things. Some individual documents, some of them are folders, and we're going to go through a little bit more today what each of the icons stand for and what they represent. So if you recall, just for the quick sum up of last time, under the Create button, the folder, document, presentation, spreadsheet, those are the main ones, and forms, which we won't get to today, but we'll get to in the next screencast. But again, these gray looking folders are folders, or the folder look is a folder, excuse me. There are different colors so that you can color code them. I will show you in a little while how to do that. Um, but first, let's focus first on the creation of and what the power of different Google Docs are. So what we're going to do first, I'm going to just show you what one looks like. We'll take this one that I had created for our professional development in school. Let's find it. Here we go. Google Drive PD share number 1. And all this is going to be, actually I'm going to get rid of that. We'll get back to that in a moment. Um, this is just basically a picture that I will show you how to bring in some text. And basically, Google Docs looks just like Microsoft Word. It has most of the functionality that most everyday users will need. Very advanced users, people writing books and things of that nature, or more sophisticated merges and mail merges, things like that. You will need the basic Microsoft Word for, but for the basic everyday, more word processing, the Google Doc will be more than sufficient, again, for most people. You come in, you can type, you can change all your colors the way you would on, on anything else, and you can just keep typing, and so on. Now, the thing that this will be powerful is the ability to share. We learned in the last screencast how to share, and I will repeat that in a few minutes. But if you share this document with somebody else, you can actually collaborate, and both of you work on that at the same time. Um, let's go through the toolbar up here. So if we go to File, there's just some of your basic options. This is again to share. That will open that box you should recognize from last time, the share. Right now it shows you the few people who I've already shared this with. You can, from within here, open, which is just opening another document. So you normally wouldn't go in from that direction. You can rename the file, which is just a simple way, because really you could have just clicked up here where the name is and renamed it there as well, but it's just another way of doing that. You can make a copy. Let's say you have a file that you like, but you want to change it or add to it, but you want to keep the original. So all you have to do is click make a copy. It'll automatically call it copy of. You could go ahead and change it to anything you want, and you can have multiple copies if that's something that you would need. You can see revision history. Now this is going to become very important because once you get multiple people collaborating on a document, you will um, run the risk of someone deleting something that you want to keep, and therefore to be able to go back to an original version is helpful. So in this particular one, I can show you that nice and easily. If I go to File, See Revision History, it's going to show me on the right all of these options since I started back on June 10th creating this document. I'm going to go, it's today, June 13th, I'm going to go from today, the earliest one we have. Where are we? Today, 10:18 a.m. Here we go. Sorry, the blue and green separates that. I'm going to click on the earliest one from today and click Restore this revision. And this is actually the way it looked when I started, but during our in-service, some of the participants played around with fine and great. But nevertheless, that is what it started off, and to look like. Now, before I show you how we can collaborate on this document, um, first let me show you some other options. We can also work in other languages. So if you want to work in Hebrew, you can click it, change it to Hebrew. Again, you would have to know the Hebrew keyboard, or you would have to have the stickers on them. But you should be able to, there you go, misspelled that. And you can use Hebrew and play around with it. You can change it from right to left and left to right. So presumably we would want to do that if we were typing in Hebrew. But you can play around with that as well. But that change is right over here in language. But I will show you it's also up here on the top where it has Ivrit. You can change that back. Actually, I guess you have to change it back over here. So I will change the language back to English for now. And finally, the last one that I'm going to show you, or obviously there's the print and print setup. Download. Let's say this is a file that somebody shared with you, and now you want that actual document for some reason. You can download this document into other file formats. So I'm just going to show you. You can download it into Microsoft Word, which will do that. Opens into a real Microsoft Word, which again now is not on the web. It's on my computer. I just open that up. And now, there it is. Or I can download it as a PDF file, which is good if I don't want anyone to be able to manipulate it. So I can send that off. Just click on that and give that a second, and it opens up in Adobe Acrobat as well. So there really are a lot of different options that one has in terms of how they can play and move around these files. Next. Let's close that out. And I believe that's really the extent of the file toolbar. The edit would be most of your basic things that you know from Word. Undo and redo, cut, copy, paste. Clipboard if you have multiple things that you've copied. The view. So this I would normally leave alone the way they have it. There are more mathematical equations. If you want to look at that toolbar, you can make it a full screen view. If that gives you some more view, just hit escape to go back. And that's pretty much the view. Insert, similar to Microsoft Word, I can insert an image from here. I can insert a link. Again, we're not going to deal with all the fancy equations. I can insert a table. So just like in Word, I have my table. And I can insert page numbers. I can have a page count, page break, headers. Again, these are basic Microsoft Word type things. Same thing for format. I'm not going to take you through all these, but left to right to left, bold, italics, underline, and you could strike through if you want to be editing, align it right to left, lists, all these kinds of things. I'm not going to actually show them each to you. Next. Bear with me for 1 second. Next is the tools. So let's take a look at that. How did I get this picture with this little footnote, which actually footnotes tells me the website where that was found. So I went over here to research. Again, tools, research. That opens up the bar on the right. If I click once in there, I can decide what I want to research. Everything, just images, just Google Scholar, which is if you're looking for more real research, so to speak, that would be the place to go for more scholarly type of articles and research. Or I can search for quotes of a famous person. I will show you how to do that momentarily. I can search the dictionary and so on. So let's go first with an image. And now I type in. So how did I get this Google Drive? What I did is I typed in, it's still in Hebrew, sorry, Google Drive. And that gave me a whole bunch of pictures. And I simply just dragged it right in. And there is my picture. It automatically creates the footnote down to the bottom, which tells me where I found that. for the English teachers of concern, how it's documented. So this little down arrow will show me I can use citation in MLA format, APA format, and so on. And there's different ways of looking at the usage rights as well. Let's get rid of that. No, we can keep the picture in there. That's no problem. Let's look now for a quote. So before I do one myself, I'll just show you I had done that here already. Interesting quote from Ernest Hemingway. It is good to have an end. It is good to have an end to the journey toward, but it is the journey that matters in the end. So beautiful, nice idea, and Abraham Lincoln, and so on. But I could literally just quote. I could type in a piece of the quote that I know, or I could type in Abe Lincoln. Didn't spell that right. Sorry. Actually, the one I liked earlier, I believe was, of course, my favorite, Michael Jordan. He had there. This is actually just a quote from somewhere that he was quoted as saying. In this case, I'm not going to bother, but literally I would just click that insert, and all of a sudden it's there. Again, it's too big right now, and I'd have to resize it. I'm going to just undo it, but literally, again, all you need to do is go to Tools, Research, and I have this box. Let me close it so I can show you one more time. Tools, Research, opens that up, and again, I could choose what it is that I want to research and find, and again, either the pictures drag in, or in the case of the quotes, I would just click that insert button in as well. Let's just try one with the dictionary. Let's see what the word famous means. So again here, whoops. In this case, it just gives you, this is not something that you can highlight it and copy and paste it in. I believe this is not as much meant to be dragged. As you see, it can't be dragged, but I could take how this place does it from Wikipedia, copy it, and then right over here, paste it in that way. Okay, I'm going to undo that. We don't need that in there now. Let's take the remaining couple of minutes, and of course there's tables and so on, to show you the power of the collaboration. Now what I'm doing here behind the scenes is I have signed into my drive from a second computer, not the one that I am talking to you on right now. And hang on there 1 second. Let me get into it. X this out. And here I am. Whoa, my second computer is having a problem. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to show you this part right now. But what would happen if we share, which let's review that. We learned that in the first session. With the different people that I've shared it with, if they now go into this document, they can actually type the same way I can type, and we can collaborate on a document in that way. I will try. Okay, so let's learn how to collaborate. So what I'm going to do, just because I'm only here with my own computer, I'm going to share this document with my wife, whose email I have right here on a computer that you don't see. And I'm going to add her to this case, Lauren Rothman. Now she has the ability to edit. We went through these options last time. I'm going to click Done. And now we will see that this L for Lauren has popped up there because she is now collaborating. Again, I'm on another computer in her account. So right next to, up here on the top, obviously there's me. And now, again, if I want to type, you'll see me typing here. But now, if she goes ahead and types, she can type in that document as well. And then you will see that come up in her pink color. And again, different people in their profile will have those. So now if she types, you will see that come in real time. And just so that you can see it better, I'm going to, on her computer, change the color so that you can see that there. So that's a good way to be able to collaborate on a Google Doc, and we will continue with some more of this next time.